Today is Wednesday, January 8th. I'm Anthony. This is Drive Dive. I don't know, it feels okay to start to say it that way. Start off the show. Podcast, video, journal, entry, whatever this is. Today, I don't know. I haven't really thought too much about what to say other than, I don't know if this might be a topic about balance or moderation. But basically, it was more inspired by a conversation or an interaction with a student of mine who, good kid. We've been, kind of making some connections and things, and chatting back and forth in the classroom, and he recommended anyway. Short of the long. I think it started like he laughs a lot. He laughs a lot in class. He laughs about silly things. Comes in with that kind of attitude. He kind of sometimes students are not the best at mathematics, right? I think maybe if you're right, you probably say to yourself, I wasn't a very good math student. Or if you're in education and you're maybe a math teacher or something, you're like, oh yeah, okay, sure. But there's some students can be challenging, right, from an academic standpoint. Some maybe from a behavioral standpoint. This student is more the math struggles, right? The academic side of things. Very good kid, very cool to chat with. I know he has a job and where he works and it's close to home, and right, I've met his family at parent-teacher conferences. A really good kid. So he comes in laughing and things, and I asked him if he'd ever seen the movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit, well before his time. So no, he hadn't. He looked at me like it was ridiculous and whatnot. And so if you've seen the movie, comment down below your thoughts on it. But just him laughing and giggling all the time reminded me of the you're gonna die laughing sort of thing. And not that I wish any of that sort of thing upon this student, but just I wondered if it was something he would appreciate. So but then he tells me, like, have you seen Squid Games? Which I have not or had not until last night. So I did watch the first episode and part of the second. So it'll be fun later on. He's going to ask me about whether I watched it, because since he recommended it every time I see him, he goes, Did you watch it? Did you watch it? I'm like, come on, man! Like, here's what I got going on. I got this. I got that. Like, what do you think? My life is like when I get home. And so I'll be able to, when he asks me today, maybe I'll just respond. Do it like I'll turn to him real quick and just go red light and see how he reacts or responds. Does he freeze or why? So that'll be fun. But the reason I think of moderation when it comes to that interaction is this: I'm often very critical of people who seem to watch everything. There are folks who, right, you got together recently over the holidays, and there's someone in every circle that's, oh, have you seen this? And oh, have you seen that? And well, no, I haven't seen show A, but I've seen show B, and they have also seen show B, and they're talking about this character, that character, and oh, wait until episode. And I'm like, how is it possible that you have consumed this much content? And the critical side of me is, well, like, don't you have anything better to do with your time? Something more constructive, and I don't know if I would be so critical if there really weren't this. I think there's more envy to it, where a big part of me wishes that I had that kind of downtime to turn the brain off and consume more content. But I don't know if I really want that for myself, or if we're just somehow trained these days with all of these different options that are available via streaming apps and games on our phones and such, you just have access to so much content to consume. Articles that I read, right? Just scrolling through headlines on my Google News feed. I think I then, when I was talking about distractions in a prior episode, I think I view a lot of these things as distractions, as taking away from my focus on, I don't know, my kids, my wife, my career, household chores, so on and so forth. And so whether it's me having goals and too many goals that I've set for myself in between, like I said, family, work, home, I write Amazon product reviews, I'm doing YouTube stuff, maintaining a couple of channels, this one and one that I've maintained with my son, where we play video games and such. But so maybe I just take on too much and then say to myself, right, these are the goals that I have, and other people should be operating this way too, and how dare they watch so much television. So I mean, I can be really critical, and that's kind of where a lot of my mindset is. Like, it's wrong to watch this much television. I get really hard on myself, where if I do watch television for an hour like I did last night, or 2 hours, I go, oh man, like, I didn't work out. I easily could have fit a workout in the time that I watched this show or this movie. And so again, I get too focused, I think, on being productive, on creating something. But while I do think that's important, the creation aspect of things and productivity and whatnot, goal setting and making progress, etc., it is important to have that balance. Right? We don't want to be a workaholic, but we also don't want to be, couch potato. And so I think that's the whole point. As I getting together over the holidays and running into those folks who watch all this television, like, I leave the room. Like, I don't stay. I don't make the effort to connect and find that common ground and so on. But I do also recall, a couple of instances in my life where I did have these really strong connections with individuals over content that we were consuming. I remember reading a book with a friend, I want to say Steinbeck book, East of Eden, where we worked together and we were reading this book and just, I had a lot of interactions and, oh my goodness, this part, that part, and just talking about this story and our reactions and the characters and everything, and just having a number of really good conversations based on the content that we were consuming. And now fast forward to where I am today, talking about watching the first episode of Squid Game, and the conversation, at least today, that I'll be able to have with my one student, and maybe any other students in the room who happen to have seen that the first episode. And so I don't know that I can promise this student that I will commit to and watch the rest of this particular show, but I think that, again, this balance, right, is taking this time to consume some content will give me the opportunity to connect with this student in another way, and something that he'll appreciate, that I'll appreciate, and just having this conversation and that connection. And if I happen to consume more sometime between now and the end of the school year, I think, right, is it season 2 that just came out, we can then have some further conversations. But that balance of things, I don't want to get sucked into watching all of the episodes and binge watching this weekend, to then where I come Monday I'm going, oh no, like I didn't grade papers, I didn't wash dishes or do laundry or talk to my wife or work out, I didn't write any product reviews, all this other stuff, right? So I do have plenty of things on my plate that I choose to put on my plate, and so I need to ensure that at least I have this this balance and engage in these activities in moderation. So really, I mean, that's it. I think moderation and balance are the two things to for me to think about, and that I'm kind of talking about here. But also connections with people that can come about through the activities in which we engage. It's okay to consume, don't overconsume, and try to use that consumption as a way to connect with other people who are into the same specific content, genres, platforms, what have you. Anyway, that's it. 10 minutes, almost 11. Thanks for watching. Please leave a comment, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Let me know if there's other things I should be talking about, other content maybe you'd like me to check out, get my thoughts on. I'd be happy to record a video on any topic, any comment you leave. And if you found this insightful, please feel free to share with a friend. Consume some of this content. Oh man. Anyway, have a great day. Take care.